It's My Life. It's My Life. Oh, great song. I love that song. Hey, welcome to the show. My name's Bruce Outridge. If you don't know me, you're listening to the Oldies Show in case you think you're on the wrong station. But we're going to play some 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s today. Paul Anka is Ottawa-born, Canadian through and through, but he was so instrumental. In fact, I saw him... probably got to be about 25 years ago now. I saw him play, and his show was bang on. Probably one of the best I've ever seen. He really knows how to get the crowd going. But back in that time, I think he was extremely instrumental because the 60s were when music was changing. And he was that pop icon that, the 50s, he was really young when he started. And kind of transitioning it from that to rock as it was going. And, the 60s were really kind of getting into folk and rock and all that kind of stuff. Like this next girl here, Joni Mitchell, she was just coming out. She was emerging from the coffee house. Remember the coffee house scene? Now coffee houses, well, Tim Hortons. Back then they had like really nice coffee houses. And she was into poetry and doing the lyrics. And that's how it started. And here's one of her songs, Both Sides Now. Joni Mitchell for you right there with Both Sides Now, one of her big hits for sure. And of course, she led the way and moved on to other folk artists. And this guy came out of the mix as one of the top ones. Of course, you know him for the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, but this is another one of his big hits. If you could read my mind, Mr. Gordon Lightfoot. I like that song, If You Could Read My Mind. There's many artists that are the transition artists, I call them. Paul Anka was one of those, from taking us from the 50s to the 60s. Then we went into the folk and stuff. And this next artist, I think, was one of those that took us from the 60s to the 70s. So I think it's a good transition. Anne Murray has been a staple on the Canadian music scene forever. And her song Snowbird, 1970, is basically one of her signature songs. Whenever I think of Anne Murray, I think of that. Now, she was born in 1945 in June, so she just had her birthday, and actually she's still, I think, coming out with a new album as well. But she was regarded as, she had a Grammy in 1978. She was really regarded as one of kind of Canada's icons, if you will. So I think we could not go through this and play this song Snowbird. It was also number one on the U.S. charts and the first to earn a gold record as one of her signature songs in 1970. And this one, I think, moved us into the rock era, kind of. It kind of moved us out of folk into pop. So let's get on with it. There you go with the band, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down. Hey, that band is so iconic to our area because I'm in Burlington, Ontario. Robbie Robertson was just actually lived in Hamilton, come from just up the road, and they were kind of born out of Toronto. They played for the Hawk, Ronnie Hawkins, and a whole bunch of others, and so it was really a fun time for them. And then, of course, they had their own success with the band. Here's another great Canadian guy too, Mr. Burton Cummings. He got together and helped with Bachman Turner Overdrive and a number of others, and has his own I guess iconicness. Here's one called Stand Tall. Just one of the many transitions and bands for the 70s that were really good. This next band actually came from the Maritimes and relocated to Montreal and became one of the country's most prolific and successful rock. In fact, well, they're playing in Vancouver this year, but they played here a couple of years ago at one of our festivals, and I gotta tell you, it is amazing. And I didn't realize they had that long a career. Some of these bands have been around so long, we forget when they actually started. Here's April Wine and Rock and Roll. It's certainly a vicious game. For sure. Triumph started in the 70s. Rick Emmett's a local boy right here from Burlington. On his book Lay It on the Line. He did a book tour right here in Burlington, so it was pretty cool to see that. This next band actually started in the 70s. By the 80s, they had really hit their groove, and people kind of knew what they were. And I used to go and see them every single New Year's Eve when I was a teenager. They played at our local... what do they call it? Maple Leaf Gardens back in the day is what it's called. It's not even there anymore. But this group here has always been on the progressive side of rock, but really has become the icon of Canada. And actually are back out on tour with a new drummer now that Neil's passed away. But here's they'll always be a little close to our heart. A little Corey Hart for you right there with Sunglasses at Night. You know, at the end of the 80s, I kind of switched from that to country. I found the rock was getting more pop, and, you know, I still like it, but I moved on to other things, if you will. And I'm just going to play, for the 90s, we're just going to do a couple country before we get out of here. And this next girl was from Medicine Hat, Alberta, Terry Clark. And I don't know, I think what I like about her the most is I saw her probably about 20 years ago. Actually, she did a concert at our Fergus Truck Show, and she did really good. But I always kind of like that she's got this kind of guy's attitude with her. I think it is. And one of her favorite songs, I mean, she really did well. And Better Things to Do was one of her big ones and one of my favorites. So here we go. You've got better things to do, so I'll let you get to them right after this song because, you know, we're all busy. Anyway, that's just some of the many Canadian superstars that there are representing Canada. So for all of you that are representing Canada, thank you. For all of you that just like us, thank you about that too. Anyway, happy Canada Day to everybody tomorrow. And if you are not celebrating Canada Day because you live in another country, I know for the U.S. folks, that's going to be on Saturday for you. So happy 4th of July, I guess it's going to be called, and we'll probably do a show next week to celebrate them. But had to celebrate Canadian pride because, well, that's what we got to do. So we're going to go out with another hometown girl. She was from Timmins, Ontario, 9 hours north of where I am right now, and made it big on the country scene and had so many hits and crossed over to pop. And whenever someone says, you know, I don't listen to country, and then they go to a party and the first thing they do is, can you play Shania Twain? Yeah, I can, because honey, I'm home.